Three, two, one. Third Wheel Podcast, guys. Welcome back. I'm Caleb.
Sorry, the translator was off.
He was over there like, ugh. Bro, put your pants back on.
Oh, what?
Sorry. Anyway, Third Wheel Podcast. We got a lot to talk about today because I finally decided to open up again about my personal life.
No.
I know. Well, I mean, I promise we'll get we'll get to some real stuff here pretty soon. Actually, though, before we talk about me, did you see Jonathan Majors is back at work in movies again? Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
You know who he is? He was gonna play. He played Kang for like 2 movies, and then allegedly beat his ex-girlfriend, dragged her on camera to places, and assaulted her or whatever. Allegedly, which I think he got. I can't remember if he was convicted or let off. I do not remember. But either way, his reputation was tarnished. So naturally, the next step to move his career along was to go work for the Daily Wire and starring starring one of their films.
Move over, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
We got a comeback story.
We're talking about the Avengers.
Wait, he went to Daily Wire?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, okay, look, Desperate Times.
They'll take anyone.
They will, but none of their movies ever come out, by the way. If you remember, what's her name?
The Gene Carano movie.
Yeah, that did come out. That did end up coming out. But what's the Snow White they were supposed to make but never made?
That's funny. They're
you remember that?
They're 0-1 with Disney right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess the Snow White movie never made more money than the Snow White that did come out.
Yeah.
That lost a crap zillion dollars,
Yeah,
But anyway, so Jonathan Majors is back at work trying to take money wherever he can. I don't blame the guy. He wrote a letter allegedly to Kevin Feige saying, hey, work with me, show mercy, no hard feelings. And Kevin Feige, left him on red or whatever.
Unfortunate. You think he did it? Do you think he did it?
You know what? I don't have enough information either way. I do know he hopped on a lot of interviews saying he didn't do it, and that it's total Alec Baldwin energy, who I cannot stand because he definitely shot someone but said, oh, I didn't pull the trigger. The gun just went off like, the liberals do.
Mm-hmm.
Liberals who definitely know how guns work.
Right.
Anyway, John Majors, Daily Wire action flick, picketed by a IATSE crew in South Carolina. Essentially, a picket line has popped up on the South Carolina set of Jonathan Majors' upcoming untitled action film. All right, so they didn't even have a title for this yet. From the Daily Wire. So basically, IATSE, what's that called? Let's see, called a strike against the Gaffney, South Carolina production over a series of labor issues. So the on-set safety, there's like no safety guidelines. So a bunch of people keep getting injured. They keep like having to stand on something that's like poorly built and they fall through it. And like a lot of people got injured. It is unclear whether production currently stands, though we hear that filming continues in some capacity despite the picket line. A bunch of crew members went on strike and walked off the job late last week is what happened. So let's see here. The story is said to be in the vein of 80s and 90s action movies like Red Dawn and Toy Soldiers. Jeez.
That's a selling point.
It's a very broad spectrum, by the way. So you got Toy Soldiers, which is like nothing. It's a weird CGI film or whatever. Maybe not CGI. That might have been practical, but
Definitely CG.
Starring in the film and executive producing, but this is really an issue for Ben Shapiro and Sun Year, who are producing for the Daily Wire and Bonfire Legend, respectively. The strike doesn't appear to be a huge concern for the production, though.
Why don't they put that on their updates at all? That's crazy.
Why did they put up what?
Well, it's like usually they just saying we're making a movie because Hollywood's trash. It's like, why don't they talk about these strikes and whatnot?
Yeah, I don't know. And let me see. I'm trying to find where I saw what the accidents actually were. So the companies are actively seeking to replace striking crew. The union is, of course, discouraging others from taking the job. Where is it? Dang it. I know I read it somewhere. Well, I was reading that people walked off because the conditions were so bad. Like the effects crew has like no safety guidelines. Their sets are poorly made. People are like breaking stuff or hurting themselves. So, but apparently there's a strike going on for the film. I know that's confirmed. But I don't know. How do you feel for Jonathan Majors? Like he's just trying to catch his break again. He had a weird break with Marvel.
I mean, it's really hard. It's either I had sympathy if he didn't do anything that was alleged,
Yeah.
or he's a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any sympathy.
What do you think about Daily Wire picking him up after that?
Dude.
Because if he, well, let me see, was Jonathan Majors convicted? Let me look. Sorry,
Is he conservative?
That's the thing. I mean, anyone's conservative if they're offered a job.
Yeah, I'm just like, is this more of a slap against Disney? There another attempt of them slapping Disney and acting like we got the actual entertainment.
Okay, it says yes. Actor Jonathan Majors was found guilty in December 23 of misdemeanor assault in the 3rd degree and harassment in the 2nd degree regarding March 23rd domestic dispute with his then girlfriend. He was sentenced in April 2024 to 52 weeks in a domestic violence intervention program. Yeah, he was convicted. So why is Daily Wire messing with this dude? For a while,
I think it is. I think they just seriously have a hard on to like be anti-Disney in whatever shape or form.
Yeah,
it's almost like I don't think it's Disney. Does Disney own Bluey?
You know what? They
it's
might.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so yeah.
But they literally, Daily Wire literally made their own version of Bluey. It's like,
shut up.
But yeah, they did. But it's
No.
like, I think Rob Schneider produced it, maybe.
Oh my God! No,
But
Disney does not own Bluey. The show is produced by independent studio, with rights controlled by BBC Studios. They only hold the international streaming and television rights.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, literally, it's just like that. Disney doesn't know what they're doing. Also, they're poisoning my children. We can do there, but better. It's like, but they have a fraction of the budget, so it's like
I get that to an extent. You know, like I
I hate.
understand.
Here's the thing: if you want to do your own thing, that's great. I have no problem with it. It's a privately owned company.
Sure.
You do what you want. But to act all high and mighty, like we know what we're doing, we can make Snow White.
We
We
didn't
can
even
make
make Snow White. That's the thing. Snow White never even came out.
Also, the trailer came out like 2 weeks after they announced it. It was like, I don't
They
buy it.
literally dressed up what's her face in a Snow White outfit and just had her like stand in the cold and just kind of look at the camera.
I don't even know if Gina Carano works with them anymore. She's back to wrestling. So.
I say I doubt it. Yeah, and she back to wrestling, and she just won her lawsuit with Disney. So you know, congrats to her, by the way. You know,
absolutely.
It's one of my biggest regrets I didn't shoot my shot with her. Not because I don't love my wife, and that's way better. But it's just like I wonder what she would have said.
She can be with whoever she wants.
I just want to know her reaction when shooting me down.
Give her my number at least.
Were we podcasting at the time? I don't think we were. I don't think we barely hung out like that.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But now I would be like, hey, my buddy over there hiding, you know, the one hiding behind the curtain, he wants to go out with you. Oh man, and she's cool too. She would have waved at you and said, "Come here." Oh man, you would have fainted.
Pick me up.
I was surprised. She's the one that put her arm around me
That's
for the
crazy.
picture.
That's awesome.
She like scooped me. I was like, anyway, yeah. Interesting. I wonder what the future holds for Jonathan Majors, because for a little bit he was kind of unstoppable because he was the main villain in Creed 3. He was in a war movie, like similar to, it was about planes, I think. He was like a pilot in World War II or whatever. And then he was in, obviously, Kang as Kang the Conqueror, which was supposed to be Thanos level scale.
What if this Jonathan Majors is just a version of Kang trying to mess with the other Council of Kang members?
You know what they should do with Kang now? He should be played by Terrence Howard, the original War Machine from the first Iron Man. Wouldn't that be hilarious? He's weird enough in real life to actually do it.
He's weirder.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be kind of funny. Then it's
That's
like,
a comeback story.
yeah, now you talk about Doctor Doom running into someone he knows in the multiverse. Rhodey? Mr. Stark? And it's just like a never-ending... And then like Edward Norton shows up. Bruce? That'd be phenomenal. I don't know. Jonathan Majors was convicted, so I guess I could say like he did it. But if he didn't do it, that's sad. But you're right. It's like Daily Wire. It's just like anti-Disney. Like it has to like.
And that's like
we
their
fired him.
selling
Take
point.
him.
And it's sorry. I don't think they actually believe they can do anything to hurt Disney. It's just manipulation to get people to subscribe to their stupid platform.
Their stupid
And then
Daily
you
Wire
have, you
Plus.
have like those crazy conservatives who are just like,
Yes.
absolutely, I'll give them all my money if I know those people who, and then like no matter what crap they will shell out. I'm not saying all of it is,
There's money in it.
but no matter what crap they show, I know so many people who are just like, no matter what they have, like they'll watch it and they'll pay money for it, and they're like, this is the best thing ever. This is amazing.
I mean, am I gonna lie? No. What if I thought we'd make $1 billion tapping into that niche of fart right-wing nutcases? I'd put on a Trump hat right now.
Did you see that video?
And turn our whole show into that.
It was a few years ago when Dan Crenshaw filmed himself jumping out of a plane for like a promotional thing, and then like a buddy of mine sent it. He's like, this is like an action movie. He's like the coolest person ever. It's just like, it feels like childish. I don't know how else to explain. It's just childish.
Pandering.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I hate it. Now, again,
hate pandering too.
do what the heck you want with your own money. You know, like,
sure.
because I don't agree with people going after them. Like, how could, like, stop making this garbage? It's like, they can make garbage if they want to make garbage. That's fine. But like, stop acting like you're better than everyone else because you're making this garbage. Like,
yeah, for real.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
And also, they when they released like their kids programming, they were super big on, we're not making edutainment, we're making entertainment. But then like someone went over like all their shows, and it's just like, it's clearly like 2 + 2 = 4 stuff. It's just like, it's just. I don't know. They're making their money somehow.
Somebody. I mean, they couldn't keep. What's your name? Cooper.
I stopped honestly taking Daily Wire seriously when like I should have probably stopped a while ago. But when Charlie Kirk's his hunting buddy took him out, the only thing that there's just like Hodge Twins did it, Ben Shapiro, all of Daily Wire. The thing that they were harping on, about the shooter was that he's gay. They're like, he's a boyfriend. You see, this is what's wrong with liberal media. It's like,
right.
Who gives a crap if he's gay?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Why is that? And they were using it as if it was like a smoking gun.
Yeah.
Oh well, he's infected with this crazy liberal mindset because he has a boyfriend. That's what it was. I'm
no,
really?
I agree with you.
Like first of all, Kirk's already a martyr. You don't need that much more support, but really, you're gonna rally everyone because the shooter was gay. But I know that would work on some people. That's
true.
On some people.
Yeah, the people that subscribe to Daily Wire,
yeah, 100%.
absolutely.
They're like, yes, you're right. This is the reason for it. It's like, no, not because he was crazy. No, because he was gay. That was the reason.
And I'll even buy into that he was radicalized. I'll absolutely even just buy into that. Like that, yeah, he got radicalized by the other side, very extreme. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm with you. Picking on the one thing. Yeah, I think I lost respect. I actually didn't watch that, but I believe you. That's definitely something they do, and that's something Republicans do actually. I think where I lost care/respect, I watched What Is a Woman. It wasn't that good, it was fine. I got the point, but like it wasn't anything I couldn't just get on YouTube. Like Steve Crowder had been doing that style of interviewing people, making people look dumb for years before that even came out. So I was like, that wasn't worth the free trial. And then the thing where I really started to realize they also have studio executives and they also make bad decisions was literally their Snow White counter with their own version that never came out.
People will talk about liberals turning against each other. Dude, Daily Wire, I'm not even saying they're completely in the wrong, but like it is like, I'm talking about the people that they associate with. Like turn a leaf so quickly, like the Steven Crowder drama. Like that was just like that was war.
Nuts. Yeah.
And then like again, they were singing praise of Candace Owens for the longest time. Like she's the best thing that ever happened to her. Now that Ben Shapiro, I watched the video. Literally is saying that she's an evil witch.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of what she's saying about like Israel and everything. I'm just like, whatever you believe in that. But like just the fact that those words are coming out of your mouth now when you were singing this lady's praises. And again, maybe she changed, but I'm like, I also think you're just associating with these people who have, I don't know, just crazy radicalized beliefs.
Oh yeah.
And then they're surprised when they don't go their way. And then what they do is they don't just part ways, they call them evil. They call them like satanic, like Tucker Carlson. I actually enjoy watching him a little bit sometimes, but like he is evil, he is a witch. He's like all these labels. I'm just like, dang, dude, you guys are savage.
Actually, before you got here, I watched a video on Elon Musk and Trump and how they're big falling off. Because when it was election time, everyone was working together to make sure we don't lose the election, and then Bro, as soon as that election was over, everyone reversed Uno'd course of
Dude,
demon, evil.
cannibals.
Yeah,
Like,
it was bad.
I feel like, I mean, again, I guess the left does this as well, but I feel like it's louder with the right for whatever reason.
Mhm.
Like, they are so far against themselves, you
Yeah.
know, to a point where it's like, yeah, I get the left is divided. They don't really know what they're doing, but the right isn't that much better.
Yeah,
Because they are
I mean-
civil wars, you know, between like Candace Owens and then Tucker Carlson and then Daily Wire and then Steven Crowder.
Here's
like,
the
they
thing.
hate each
It's
other.
not that serious though. Like we're talking Civil War, but let's go back to Marvel here. Imagine if Ant-Man and Hawkeye just had another civil war. It's like, do we care?
No, we don't, but you know.
Yeah.
But think of like the mind of like you know, like a weak-minded conservative
Yeah.
where it's like all your favorite heroes just chose 4 different houses. It's like, which one do I go in? That's the thing. It's like there's some people who are like, these people can say no wrong, but now they have to make a decision. No, between these 2 people, Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro, you have to decide which one do you agree with more.
If you're smart, you don't listen to Candace Owens. If you're really smart, you don't believe everything Ben Shapiro says. Is
Yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah.
I think if you're next level brained, you don't even watch Candace Owens. You don't. I wouldn't listen to a word that lady says, bro. She's nuts. I don't know. I knew she was crazy after her Joe Rogan experience interview.
You didn't think she was crazy with the, was that before or after the White Lives Matter thing with Kanye she did?
I don't know, but I didn't watch that. But I feel like I would cringe.
Well, yeah, basically Kanye was like, white lives matter because he's Kanye. And then Candace Owens was like, yes, white lives do matter. And then they wore jackets together. I'm like, you're associating with an actual insane person. This is not fun. This is really sad.
But they're both crazy is the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
they're both
he's
nuts.
actually like probably mentally not well.
Yeah.
I think she.
I don't think she is either.
Now I don't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. I actually
And
don't
she's
think she
saying
ever
the
was.
same thing, like
Yeah.
everyone's evil or wicked, like you know, satanic. It's like these words, like these. You're talking about radicalizing, you know, the radicalizing left. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're bringing freaking religion into this. Like, that's even worse sometimes.
I mean, that's how it was in history. Where
Yeah, yeah.
religions, man, were for, and it was never actually for the religion. It was for whoever was in charge of that particular group, just wanting to further their cause. That's
Yeah.
just a repeated history. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I mean, it's too late to have a crusade. You know.
Oh,
Like,
no,
we're-
it's not.
We're,
We can.
we're past all that.
I'm ready for it.
I don't know. Everything's online now. So what? Am I take a digital ship across a digital sea and conquer digital? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's crypto now.
We need another children's crusade.
It's led by Bluey.
They're like, no, it's just like Fortnite, guys.
yeah. Oh my god.
Speaking of which,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is too much of a detour. You hear Fortnite is struggling right now?
Struggling? No way.
Yeah, because they just laid off over 1,000 employees
Oh,
at Epic Games.
that's not because they're struggling. It's because they don't want to pay their people. I bet.
No,
I don't know.
it's
I haven't
because
really looked into
sales
it.
are down right now for
Really?
Fortnite.
But
Mhm.
it's free.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
it
and
might
play
have the
game.
free
Yeah.
label, but you know, kids are. The whole marketing system is to trick kids into stealing their parents' credit cards, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's dying down a little bit. I think because the kids are growing up.
Because they added tap to pay, so now it's like, oh darn, that extra 2-step verification.
I don't think this next generation's into Fortnite as much as the last one was. And those kids are growing up, and now they're playing like Arc Raiders and Helldivers and stuff. So they're losing their ground a little bit.
Man, kids don't know what Helldivers is based on. They don't know about Starship Troopers. Get out of town.
No, they don't need to.
Yeah, they do. They need to have a healthy appreciation.
What a great movie.
Quick side detour. The Starship Troopers game came out not that long ago, and it came out a little bit after Helldivers, so they got screwed because everyone was already playing Helldivers. Why would they switch to the actual?
Oh, the extraction shooter. Because there's another Starship Troopers game that just came out that's actually doing pretty well.
Okay, that's good.
But it's nothing like the first one. Yeah, there was an extraction shooter that came out around the same time.
Yeah,
It's
and I was like, oh, that's too bad because
Yeah.
Helldivers totally stole the limelight on that.
sad day.
No, I'm glad Helldivers still has a strong community. But anyway, back to Fortnite. Well, that's surprising, but I think it'll be fine. It's like I don't know.
I don't know. I think it.
People thought Facebook was gonna
Well,
die.
here's the thing. Now, I don't want people to lose jobs, but if Fortnite does fail, hopefully that will finally put the final nail in the coffin with the whole freaking games
Live
as a service.
service, yeah.
Live service genre. Because like if Fortnite can fail, or at least lose 4/5 of its profit margin, because it's
Yeah,
never going to die
for
probably,
sure. I was gonna
but
say.
it's not going to be
Yeah.
nearly as high as it ever was.
Mhm.
Like it's never going to get another Quentin Tarantino collab.
Yeah.
That was a one and done thing.
I actually kind of want to log back into PUBG because I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see what they've added since then. Is it? Do you know if it's still like in early access
It probably
phase?
is. I've never even played it.
Oh man, I enjoyed it, but of course they weren't committed to making it better or innovating
Well,
it
what they did is they sunk themselves when they tried
Mhm.
suing Epic Games.
For Fortnite. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but for plagiarism. But then like literally the player unknown battlegrounds was built off a mod from another game. So
Yeah.
you're talking about plagiarism. That's what sunk them. And then like no one took them seriously.
Yeah. After that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everyone went to Fortnite after that.
You know what? PUBG didn't have a Kim Kardashian skin where she balances a glass
A lot of the
wine glass
money
on her butt.
a lot of the money that Epic Games is making is going towards their continued loss with Apple. Remember how long ago that was?
Oh.
They're still in it.
Well, wait. Why is
The
Apple
whole
losing?
the whole in-app or in-game app purchase stuff.
Mhm.
Basically, Apple didn't allow them to. They didn't like how there were purchases that you can make in the iOS store
Yeah.
that didn't go directly to Apple, because like you could buy V-Bucks just by themselves. You didn't have to pay Apple for some reason. Like
Okay.
you could work around it. And then that's when Apple was like, no, we're pulling Fortnite.
Mm.
And Fortnite already had like this 5-year long campaign plan. Like they released like an
Oh.
ad for it and everything
okay.
to hype everyone up to defend Fortnite. Like they're a small company,
hmm
even though they're partially owned by Tencent, which is one
Yeah.
of the biggest mega
Mhm.
corporations in the world for gaming.
And they also funded that one game that died. Did you? What's the game? Not Concord, but the one that Jeff
Oh,
Keighley
High
killed.
Guard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
funded High Guard apparently.
Yeah, we were thinking this whole time
Yeah.
that they were a small company.
Mhm.
Nope.
No, they lied about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, we're getting sidetracked. Okay, well that's just Fortnite then, just pretending like they don't have money. That's the thing. They have money. They're either they're either putting it in the
I don't
dumb
know
spots
anymore because
Really?
that's a lot of people to let go.
Yeah, but that's
like I
just
get it. I get there's let goes all the time, but 1,000 employees.
That's to hold on to the money they've earned. That's not because they're
But there's
hemorrhaging
so much money they're shilling into this lawsuit. It's writings, and the sales are down. Like those are the numbers. So I'm like,
But it doesn't cost millions upon millions of dollars to sue somebody. You're talking hundreds of thousands if you
with
hire.
Apple though, with their lawyers, like, and also
Right.
this lawsuit has gone on for years, not
it's
just
still
like
going.
recently. It's still
That's
going.
fair. Yeah, years long would be in the millions.
So
but
you got
but
that
I don't know,
problem.
dude.
You got the sales being down.
Mhm.
Plus, it takes a lot of money to keep those servers up, especially with how many people play Fortnite.
Yeah.
And if your community's dying a little bit, and you're shelling out money for these servers, and people aren't paying for the V-Bucks anymore as much,
Yeah.
then that's going to be a big hit. Like,
$1,000 is kind of crazy.
it's
I
a-
mean,
it's-
sorry,
it's-
1,000 employees.
oh
Sorry.
yeah, it's a leaning tower.
Mhm.
Like as high as it is, when you're a live service, all it takes is for that subtle dip and then just sink and then sink and then
If
sink.
it sinks, we're gonna label this Fortnite 11. And that'll be the tower falling down finally. I probably should cut that out.
No.
No, it's been enough time.
No.
I think people
It's been
understand
enough
9/11
time.
jokes. It's not a too soon anymore.
People,
That was-
100 years from now, people are still going to cringe at those jokes. So whatever, right? Fortnite.
I'm calling it now.
I love how like the gears are turning. You're like, yes, this is going to knock people on their seats.
Nobody watches anyway. To get back to my personal stuff now.
Yeah.
As I was setting up today, I'm kind of sad we still haven't found that core audience yet. I thought we'd have at least like 50 people like consistently watching.
Oh, it doesn't bother me.
That's good, but
I know you've really wanted to. Here's the thing. I'm not saying it couldn't happen still, but
Yeah, no, it still can.
I still love this for what it is, and us just being able to talk about whatever the heck we want to the few people who do watch.
yeah.
That's all I ever really wanted it to be. So,
That's good. I had hoped by now with all the shorts I do, because I do a lot of shorts, dude.
Yeah.
We don't always do an episode every week like I want to, but there's always a short coming out pretty much every day, with the
Yeah.
exception maybe 4 times a week. So Monday through
yeah.
Thursday there's a short. But I kind of hoped by now that we would have kind of hit the not mainstream, obviously. Like that, I think we'd be PewDiePie, no, but I thought we'd at least get to like what's his name, Zach from I Like Birds. I thought we'd get a bunch of Christians logging in every now and then, sending in their
with our
comments.
content after what the joke
I
you
know,
just made.
yeah, no, God, no. I had hoped by now at least some people would.
I think
have.
that's kind of what's charming about this because, like, I don't know, we don't cater to anyone. And I
That's
get
true.
it. That's why that's probably why we're not making,
Mhm.
millions of views or like, who, Mr. Consultant, King Consulting. He's like, why aren't you it's like, because we don't pander, we don't cater.
Yeah,
and that's
that's
what I
true.
like about us.
I do enjoy like the weird projects I do. Like I enjoy that I'm already trying to come up with some more ideas for a puppet show because I want to keep doing that. But like I do appreciate the weird stuff I try to make, and I know those can only get better as time goes on. But
And like the gaming thing, like definitely busy season for me, so it's hard for me to get to it. But when I do, I enjoy editing like the game stuff. 'Cause
Right.
that's stuff I've always wanted. Like when I used to watch like Markiplier, and PewDiePie, I was like, man, it'd be so cool to edit stuff like this. I'm like, now I can. I have the tools and the skill set to do so. It's like I don't care if it does, if it makes them. I almost hope it doesn't because I'm like I'm not that great, right? So
Yeah,
it's just
sure.
like I'm just doing
Yeah.
this out of my garage, right? So it's
yeah.
like
Do you think there'd be a lot of pressure for you then if we ever did get get kind of semi-famous to where now people are like,
if we
want more
did,
content?
then that would call for. First of all, you'd have to make sure it's not just a one video wonder thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Say it was more consistent, we'd have to hire an editor at that point because like
You think so?
only because I know with my job I can't commit to a consistent schedule, and you already know that as it is now.
But I'm doing pretty much all the editing. So like it would be me hiring an editor, or I could just keep editing at the pace I do and just keep pushing.
Are you
out
asking
stuff.
if it would be pressuring for me to keep doing this? Or?
No, I guess so. The fame part of it, would that be too much for you? Do you think you'd be able to handle like, oh, now X amount of people are checking in on
it would be
my
really
life?
it'd be really weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be really weird to be
Yeah.
honest. Would I get used to it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'd love it. Like I'm not saying I would step away from it, but more like the less is better for me.
Yeah.
Like that's why I never want this to be like a footprint for me to be like, man, that's something I did. It's more just like, no, this is for me for a time. Like I didn't need it to be a legacy thing,
Right.
or anything like that.
Pass it on to our kids.
Yeah.
You've inherited our crappy podcast. Go forth and get canceled.
We'll subscribe to you.
Yeah, for
once you
real.
make $100.
Yeah, I need to make an account for my child that's on the way. Be like, subscribe to me.
But yeah, I know. Here's it. I know where you're coming from. I know it can be very
Yeah.
discouraging after how many years we put into this, and for it
Yeah.
to be like still not paying off, quote unquote, right?
Yeah, true.
But I'm still happy for what it is.
That's good. Yeah, I do wish we had more at least Spotify listeners. Jeez, or
Yeah.
anything that uses RSS, so Apple or Spotify. That'd have been nice. Yeah, with the amount of work I put into shorts. But I will say I did kind of crack into what makes those get at least 1,000 views. So now those views are up. So now we actually do average 40K a month, which isn't bad. Like that's something to be thankful for sure. I'm glad that we don't get single digit views now when videos come out.
I've always been like, if one person literally watches the entirety of an episode, not a friend, just a random person.
Oh yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So, and the people that check in on shorts, like, thank you. Like, that's great. I love there. We do have like 2 or 3 people now that come in on shorts and will leave comment and keep checking in on us. So yeah. There. I'm not saying nobody watches. I'm not saying I don't appreciate the very few that like check in on our shorts. That's great. I'm very thankful for that. I don't discount y'all at all. I just hope by now we'd have a little bit more of like a couple dozen people. That would have been cool, but. There's still time. I mean, anything could go viral.
I always think
any
about
moment.
these. I always think about these big YouTubers, and obviously they're thankful for where they are. But they
Yeah.
always talk about, like, man, they do kind of miss the humble days where it was just like a few hundred people who were watching them, and they didn't know, like, no one knew who they were.
I would love to get to a few hundred.
Well, just like, yeah, like you literally like no one knows who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Which means like your words don't hold that much weight, which is a double-edged sword, right? Like, sure, oh wow, you're not making much of an impact on society, but
Yeah.
you can still say whatever the heck you want. You don't have to worry about your career. You don't have to worry about allegations. You don't have to worry about
Man.
Daily Wire coming up with a way to combat you. It's just like
I'm not even famous. I have to worry about allegations. My God, y'all seen my stalker videos? Ugh.
Yeah,
I turned
well,
off comments
hey,
on that.
I mean, what my job is too. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
it's surrounded by that. But that's again, I like this disconnect, or I
Yeah.
can still be a little bit more free.
Yeah, that's fair. That note, we're at 30 minutes, so we need to reset the cameras. Three, two, one. So that's the first part of my personal life that I was kind of talking about. I was just like, man, I wish we had a couple more people watching every week. I may be getting into a lawsuit here pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah, we are
Oh.
small claims court.
Okay.
We paid a guy to put insulation in our walls. Took the money, the full. Wish my wife didn't pay him up front, but she did.
No.
She paid him $1,000, and he left.
Was he a Craigslist guy?
He was a Nextdoor app guy who came highly reviewed. That's the thing. So
He left over. He gypped on 1,000.
$1,000. So we went ahead. I'm pretty sure we can talk about this because it's not a defamation case. It's civil, but it's not. Again, it's not defamation. I'm not saying anybody's name. And again, like we just talked about 5 seconds ago, nobody knows who we are.
Right.
So it's fine. He's never going to see this probably.
This is the one that makes $1 million.
Yeah, for real. Oh my God. So people find him for me. Anyway, so this is before winter. We have the worst neighbors on planet Earth. Have I told you about these neighbors? They're so bad, bro.
Really?
First off, they had a dog that they leave in the backyard all day, all night.
Not
He
fun.
barks the entire day, the entire night.
And you already don't love dogs, right?
Right, I don't. But even Maddie was like, "I just want that dog to disappear," and she used better words.
Right. Yeah.
But so this show's PG, and I don't want to be demonetized. On top of already how much money we don't make on YouTube. She got stressed out eventually. We had already told the HOA like this dog sucks, and then we already told. We even called animal control, and nothing would fix it. So Maddie, when she gets stressed out, she makes rash decisions. So she's like, I found this guy on Nextdoor who will put insulation in our room for $1,000. He'll do that. That's including labor, supplies, and everything. The guy came highly rated on Nextdoor.
Just for one room?
One room.
Maybe I don't know, but that sounds like kind of pricey for just a one-room job. Insulation?
You know what? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably way more expensive if you go with a company. But anyway, so the guy comes in, comes highly rated on Nextdoor. He looks at it and says, "I'll do it for $1,000." He even drills holes in the wall up in the attic and says, "I got it ready. I just got to go rent the equipment and buy the supplies to fill it with the insulation." Cool. He writes up a contract, his own contract. $1,000 job, half now, half when it's done. Maddie goes ahead and pulls out the full 1,000 and leaves it on the table and says, "There's just grab your half or whatever." She thinks he'll only grab 500 because that's what the contract says. He takes the full 1,000.
No.
He's scheduled to come right before the ice storm,
Yeah.
which closed everything. He said, "As long as it doesn't ice, I'll show up." And he's in contact the whole time. The day of, he says, "It iced. I can't come, but we'll reschedule." He rescheduled. Ice thaws the next week. He's supposed to come the Thursday after. He texts us the day of and says, "I slipped when it was iced, and I broke my ribs and broke my hand. So like I'm still recovering. I'm sorry, but I'll be back in shape in no time once the doctor clears me." Totally fine. He texted us. He didn't like ghost us and run with the money. But after that, he kept rescheduling every week. Every week he just kept rescheduling. He said, and he kept coming up with the same excuse. The company messed up the stuff, the equipment that I was supposed to rent out. And so finally, after like our fourth reschedule, I was like, "Hey, bro," like, he's talking to my wife the whole time. And so I finally come in and say, "Hey, like, now you're going to text me." And I talk on the phone. He begs me. I was already going to say, "Cancel, give us the money back." But he begs me. He's like, "Dude, any day, any time of the day, I'll come do it. I bought the supplies, the stuff to put in the insulation. It's non-refundable. It's $300." And he begs me. And I was like, "All right, dude." And I was like, "This day," you said any day, you said any time. And then I text him the day of. And he says, I just got to double check with the supply people again to make sure the equipment's rented. And then an hour before it's supposed to happen, same thing. "Oh, they messed it up. I'll do another day for you." And so then I was like, "Dude, we're about to go to Chicago. I'm not rescheduling again. We talked about this. He told me on the phone that I give you my word. If I don't get this day, I'll give you your money back. And so I was
Do
like,
you have that in writing?
oh, that in writing, no. But he wrote up a contract that
Mm.
said this much money, this now, this later. So he screwed himself. He also gave us his address and everything. So and like I said, I think he was at one point legit. I think my theory. Here's my theory. I think he actually did plan on doing it, and then he hurt himself, and he could never schedule a time to actually. So I think he just kept putting it off, thinking just running out our goodwill. And I actually think he just got in over his head. So Maddie texts him, so we getting our money back or whatever at like 9 a.m. or something. He sends her this victim message of I just woke up and I'm trying to have breakfast with my kids and you're blowing up my phone about your money.
Oh,
how
Caleb.
could you? Yeah, and so
Is he a Christian?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
sounds
know
like
what he
Christian
is.
company behavior, but
I know what you mean. Like how the audacity of you wanting your $1,000 back after I just skipped out on you 5,000 times. So
Oh, damn.
my wife texts him. She loves doing this. We'll just you can talk to our lawyer because her dad's a lawyer. And so he's like, there's no reason to get lawyers involved. We have a contract. I am obligated to fulfill that contract. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, then why didn't you do it the past 2 months? We've been trying to get this done. So her dad sends him a letter that says, get it done in 48 hours or, or return the money. Like all this in 48 hours. Either you do the work you said on the contract that you wrote up, by the way. And his contract, I read it. It wasn't airtight. It said, it didn't say I have to do the work, no refunds. It didn't say that. It said, work is scheduled this day, which he already didn't do, and both parties have to agree on a different day if it needs to be rescheduled. And I think he wrote that thinking that would protect him if we rescheduled. Like, oh, it has to be agreed by everybody. That would be his cue to be like, hey, I told you this day and you changed it, so I get to keep the money. That's what the contract said. But he ended up rescheduling 80 times. So I told him in text, I said, I do not agree to this rescheduling, which is part of the contract. And so he doesn't respond to our lawyer. He quits responding to us, and he does not return the money. So I only a couple days ago, like Thursday or Friday, filled out the online application for small claims, which is $0 to $20,000, up to $20,000, and it's small claims. Anything above that is an actual lawsuit. I don't know if it's class action, but it's a real lawsuit. But right now it's so anyway. Our demand letter says money, $1,000 and $2,500 in attorney's fees, which would end up for him and court costs. So I don't know how it cost me $150. It was $30 to file it, 36, and $94 to get the constable to go serve him. So the constable is going to serve him any day now, hopefully, and then he'll either try to settle or he'll not respond and not show up to court or whatever, or he'll lawyer up, which would be hilarious. I would love to see him lawyer up because if he can lawyer up, he can give us back our $1,000.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe he has a lawyer in the family too. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of what we've been dealing
I'll
with.
come watch it. That'd be fun.
Oh, I would love it to go to trial. Yeah, no, I'd send out invites because it's a public space. It's not like
Right,
no one else allowed. No,
Yeah.
no, it's public. And I don't know if you know this about me. I love lawsuits. I have followed every YouTuber case, almost every YouTuber case. I watched the first H3 lawsuit. Are you
Oh
familiar
yeah,
with
I
that?
love lawsuits too.
I love the H3 one. I didn't follow the ones after that when they turned all liberal because then they were
Yeah.
suing people over nothing.
Right.
They were suing Republicans or something.
Yeah.
But their first one with the pizza guy, Matt Haas, the bold guy, when he sued them for the video for no reason, by the way, and he lost miserably.
Yeah.
And it was a victory for free speech. And then, are you familiar with Stephanie Sterling, formerly Jim Sterling? Are you familiar with
I know Jim Sterling.
Jim Sterling?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it's not Jim anymore; it's Stephanie. But anyway, when he was Jim Sterling, he got sued by Digital Homicide for $50 million, and of course he didn't hire an attorney. So he filed everything himself, and he was Googling everything and filing incorrect and didn't know procedures. He ended up having to drop the lawsuit because Jim hired an attorney who knew how to negotiate and said, like, if you lose, we're going to countersue you, and you're going to lose. You can't even file this correctly. Essentially, is what happened. And then I had my I guess right now it's only criminal, but my stalker, man, I wish I wish she came from a rich family, dude, because I could have settled, not settled, I could have sued her for millions of dollars with all the stuff she made up about me, her being crazy. So yeah, no. I all that to say is I love lawsuits. So I would love for this to go to trial. I would love for him to try and call witnesses and to argue, make legal argument. Oh, I would just love it.
How do you fare with it being cash payment though? Like, how can he prove that you had $1,000 on the table? That's my question.
How can he prove it?
No, how can you prove that you had $1,000 on the table he took instead of the 500?
That's a good question. We'll have to ask our attorney, but we know he wrote up a receipt for 500 at least. We have a receipt for 500, so it's not that big of a stretch to be like he actually took the full 1,000. Because Maddie said it. I know we're $1,000 short somewhere, so but we at least have a receipt for 500, and then not to mention the 2,500 for attorney's fees, which I don't mind saying this on air. I hope it's didn't get us in trouble. But again, nobody watches this, but her dad doesn't need the attorney's fees. Like he's doing very fine. So I imagine the attorney's fees would just somehow end up in our account. So that'd be a cool $3,500. That'd be kind of neat. So anyway,
double the installation.
yeah, if it went to trial, would you want to come?
Oh, 100%, dude. I'm there. I'm filming.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it would be a weekday because they're not open on weekends.
Let's
So,
go. I'll
yeah.
take off work for it.
I know, right? Oh man, if it went to a jury thing. Oh, if it went to a jury trial, which I don't think it would, but if it did, man, we're getting more in attorney's fees. Because if he took it to trial, I think her dad would raise the amount of attorney's fees we would need for it. So, but yeah, no, I would love. I imagine though he'd try to settle, or be like, "Here's your $1,000" or something like that. Because it's the guy who ripped us off and his son. That's their company. So it's not even a real like company. It's just something they did on, probably posted on Nextdoor, handyman work. I don't know what happened. So like I said, I know the money he already spent. Otherwise, he would have refunded it. But he had to have spent it like a week after with medical bills or something. If he actually hurt himself like he said he did. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just curious at what happened. Maybe if it goes to trial, he'll tell us. So I don't know. We tried to settle this like men. He quit answering calls. He quit texting, and took our money. Like that's a lot of money. We filed a police report. Like
might as well Google how to install insulation yourself at this point.
Yeah, I guess he drilled the holes. That's another thing too.
It'd be funny if you just do it. Well, I'm guarantee you'll be able to do it for less, way less.
Yeah, because I don't pay for labor, which is just me. So, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I'll let you know definitely how that ends. If the constable actually serves him, and then because I don't know if they'll have trouble looking up who he is, but. If he gave us a good address, which I'm assuming he did, I'm assuming he gave us his home address.
Well, yeah, especially if your theory is correct on him intending to complete the project initially. So,
yeah, exactly. Like he wrote up his own contract, which he violated, and he gave us his own receipt, which he also didn't return. So, yeah I don't know. He left a lot of evidence behind.
Yeah.
$1,000 stolen in Texas. That's what this is, essentially theft. Is a Class A misdemeanor, by the way. So, I mean, we filed the police report with the detectives, and they haven't done anything yet. But if they ever did it, he could get arrested. I mean, that's a real serious charge. So, I don't know. I know on Nextdoor, people were also complaining about him. So, we're hoping at least one other person filed a police report on him, and maybe they'll take him seriously as a scammer. So, I don't know.
All right, then.
But, we also went to Chicago 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun. We
Happy
got
birthday to Kayla from everyone, right?
No, my birthday's not till next month.
Oh, I thought it was like in celebration.
No, we just went because we wanted to go.
Oh, that's cool.
My wife's pregnant. If our audience didn't know that, my stalker, if she's listening, we're having a kid, and there's nothing you can do about it. We're really happy. But anyway, so. What is it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're trying to get stuff done before the baby comes, because once the baby comes, that's kind of it. We do get a nice tax return. We get like an extra $2,200 every time we file taxes per kid. So
We'll just keep.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll take 6 of them bad boys. I'll take 10. But yeah, so we went to Chicago. We went to the Laugh Factory. If you
I love the
know,
Laugh Factory.
yeah, exactly. We had someone. I think she was on Scrubs for like a couple episodes, maybe a couple seasons. I can't remember. Blue State, you can tell because every comedian was Hispanic for one.
You're
So
never gonna get another Michael Richards up there.
No. But that's in California, by the way. That's
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's two. There's one in Chicago and one in California. Yeah, we went to the Chicago one, which was good. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I like the history behind Laugh Factory. A lot of famous people go through Laugh Factory. Pretty cool. Except in a blue state, and it was Hispanic Woman Night.
Oh.
So as you can imagine, everyone's complaining about,
Yep.
you know who, he who must not be named.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, Donald Quack. Yeah, so there was a lot of that, and then of course with Women Comedian, there's also a lot of jokes about the female anatomy.
No.
Yeah, that's
No,
kind of
no,
that's
no,
kind of
no,
all.
no.
Now one girl actually made it pretty funny. She said sending nudes was funny, or no, I'm sorry, was better when she was younger, because then she got creative. But nowadays she's just like, just like old woman, just like, eh.
Wow.
So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, it was about what you expected, but it was a fun experience overall. I'm sure. I'm not implying that if it were men, it would have been any funnier or whatever. It's just and it's hard to be a
But
comedian.
penis jokes are funnier.
Oh yeah, those are my go-to bread and butter, by the way. We had a Chicago hot dog. In fact, it was so good I went back like 10 times to the same hot dog place because I enjoyed it. Ketchup on your hot dog is against the law there if you're a local Chicagoan.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's actually quite unheard of. People think you're weird. So if you're a Southerner and you put ketchup on your hot dog, you're a weirdo.
I will say that is kind of my. I mean, I like mustard and ketchup or separately, but I do kind of like ketchup on hot dog. Not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, in the South, nobody cares, especially if you make your own hot dogs. No one's gonna be like, "Oh, you put ketchup on it." But over there, it's mustard, relish, and onions, and don't even.
What about the pizza there?
Oh, dude. Okay, so let me think. What was the place we went to? Hold on.
I want a brat right now. I'm gonna go make one.
Oh, stop. Pizza place. Let's see here. Let me see what it was called. Boop, boop. Oh, my God. Every time I try to correct a spelling error, I make it worse. I think it was like Giordano's is what it was called. And it was a deep dish. Have you had a Chicago deep dish?
I'm sure I have
Giordano's.
at some point in my life.
So it was Giordano's. So I've always thought that Chicago style pizza was unappealing looking, because it's a big bread bowl, right? And then you just see red sauce at the top,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, that just looks like pizza sauce, like a big bread bowl of pizza sauce. But no, it's actually layered. So there's the pizza sauce, and there's the cheese, and there's more crust, and then there's cheese, and there's sauce. It's an actual pie. And it was one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my entire life. So Giordano's, I think it's Giordano's is how you say it. Their deep dish, bro, to die for. I ain't gonna lie. That was like high quality pizza. The crust was so flaky. The cheese was excessive. I gained 3 pounds in 6 days there because I had so many hot dogs. By the way, we went to Portillo's for their hot dogs. If you're familiar, there's a Portillo's in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as it is in Chicago, apparently. I need to try Texas Portillo's to kind of see how it tastes and compares.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, that was like a really freaking good hot dog. I went there like 10 times. And for some reason in Portillo's, their Coke is way better. I could not get enough of that. I don't know how I think it has to do with the temperature they store it at. But man, that was some good Coke.
You mean the drink, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get me started. that was the other night we went to Laugh Factory. And so then we went to, I found a comic shop, but it wasn't anything special. Went to the Big Bean. It's called Cloudgate.
Sorry. I kind of want to talk about the one we went to recently, but
The what?
The comic book shop. Just
Yeah, go ahead.
nothing special other than just.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I'm actually the game nerd here.
Forget the name of the shop, because then I would definitely give it a 1-star review.
Context, please, from your perspective, please.
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
do you want me to
Well,
explain?
because also,
Do you want me to explain why we were supposed to shoot
Yeah,
and we
who,
didn't shoot?
who cares? Because I need to know if I remember it exactly the way. it's
Okay,
happened.
all right. Don't try and cut me off now.
No,
once
no,
you
no,
get me
I will
started.
not. I will not.
All right,
I promise.
We'll shelve the Chicago discussion to the side for a bit.
Sorry, it's very
It's
important.
fine. Okay, so last week, I think on Monday, right, we're supposed to shoot. Right now it's Sunday of the following week.
And
So
I'll give him a big thumbs up.
6 days ago, we're supposed to shoot. He calls me. No, he texts me a couple hours before and says, "Hey, I can't. I accidentally got high."
And happiness.
Yeah. Now, Did he finally? Did he try weed for the first time? No.
Mm-mm.
Did he do some edibles for the first time?
No.
No. This guy got a THC beverage. And he did the thing that every guy who smokes pot for the first time does, where he's like, "This isn't working." Right? And he was like, "Man, I just don't feel anything." And then, of course, it just hits you all at once. So he texts me and says, "I got high. I can't drive now." I was like, "This mother effer." So I was like, "I don't believe you." So I call you. And he's like, "Hey, Caleb." And I was like, "Oh, Lord have mercy on me." I didn't know these THC drinks really did the trick. They do, though, because my wife did it on her anniversary, and that stuff hits.
Oh, 1%. Yeah.
Yep. So I say, never seen you at this state, so we can't shoot anymore, but I would like to hang out. So I take him to Jack in the Box. We get a munchie meal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the first thing that surprised me. So I thought we were going to hang out at your place. So I show up.
My roommate
Answers the
interrogated me
door.
about this
After?
today.
Oh, that's hilarious. So I knock on the door, think we're going to hang out. I already know his place stinks, but that's fine. It's not his fault. They got pets there they don't actually pay attention to. I show up, and I knock on the door, and your roommate peeks his head out like he just saw a gangster on his porch. Like he looked at the doorbell cam and he saw a creepy dude in a clown mask, and he's like, "Hello?" I was like, "Hey, is Shaps here?" He's like, "Yeah."
You got his impression down really well.
Yeah, and I was like, "So can I see him?"
Meanwhile, I'm on the floor in my room in my underwear.
And I was like, "We're supposed to hang out."
Oh, for context, Caleb texted and called me, but it didn't go through my phone. And you actually know this because the text went through when I got into your car later. So that's why I didn't see it. So
the what?
when you text me like I'm here or whatever,
okay.
like I didn't see that.
Okay, that's funny. And so then I was like, me and Shaps are supposed to hang, and he's like, again, not cracking the door an inch more than he has to stick his face through. And he says, like, "Hang out here?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I was hoping so." And he's like, "Okay, one sec." And he closes the door and locks it again. And then finally, 5 seconds, you come out. You shut the door behind you. And I was like, "All right, so I guess we're going out." That's cool. I didn't realize while you were high, quote unquote, that you were wanting to move around so much. So you're like, "So what are we doing?" I was like, "So we're not hanging out here?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not going to argue with the guy who got high for the first time." We get in the car and I say, "Let's go to Jack in the Box." And I plug it in. They don't have the munchie meal I'm used to anymore. They got rid of the chicken and tater melt sandwich, which was peak. Excuse me. Sorry, I lost myself for a sec. It's like I was high again. We get it, and the guy couldn't understand what I was trying to say 50 times, like the typical drive-through experience. We go through all that. We're done, and he eats, and I was like, the night's still young, the sun's still up. Let's go to a comic shop.
Yeah.
And Google does the thing where I hit directions, and it takes me to the wrong place.
Right.
We ended up going close to my house, and I throw out the idea. I was like, "Shaps, it'd be really fun. You should hang out at my place and stay the night." And you're like, "No, I don't want to do that." I was like, "Dang it." I guess the being high doesn't add to your sense of adventure.
No.
So then we go to a comic shop. We get there. I think you were kind of starting to sober up at this point because you weren't all giggly anymore.
Yeah.
But we drive almost 40 minutes to this comic shop that Google said was 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
We get there and I say, "Do y'all have any old comics?" And the guy's like,
it's like it's like 4 guys. It's a big. It's a big
they're in the
store.
back playing D&D.
Yes.
By the way, yeah.
And then just like it really is like he looks over, kind of like,
"What are you doing here?"
the same.
Yeah, he looks over. He's like, "Can I help you?" And he was friendly, but like he obviously wasn't expecting paying customers to walk in.
Sure.
so he gets away. There, I was surprised. There was one woman back there playing this whatever game we were playing
good for
with them.
them.
Just one girl though.
Pretty sure it was Warhammer. But yeah, you were like, "Are there any old comics here?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Define old."
And I was actually, I don't know if you remember this. I was at a loss for words. I was like, and then you step in 80s. No, we don't have that. He's like, "New stuff only," and I was like,
Yeah, it's like, why didn't you start with that?
yeah.
He was generally waiting for Caleb to be like specifically year or something. Like,
Yeah.
even though the answer was always going to be the same.
Do you have 1974 Todd McFarlane Incredible Hulk issue 282? Yeah, no. He's like, "Define old." I'm like, because here's the thing. He said the oldest they go back is a month. or so,
Yeah.
give or take. So
Yeah.
when I said old, like, oh, a
You
month
could have just
old.
said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, just new stuff.
He's like, no, yeah, no, sorry, just new
I
stuff.
don't know what you meant.
Yeah, it's like define old. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know when comics start. I guess Superman started in the 50s. You got Superman #1 back here, but no, they don't have those types of comics here.
Unfortunately, little did we know, his activity was a hint of what his specialty is.
Yeah, he's like, and so I asked him like, hey, do you have any? This is like a low quality fruit. I'm asking for. Like, do you have any Alex Ross covers? He was like. So, like, I'm more the game guy. I'm not like a comic dude. And I was like,
I'm the game nerd.
and I was like, are you like an owner? Like, why do you have a comic shop if you can't answer basic
Where's the
questions?
comic guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and to be fair, the comics were more toward the back side, not the back, but like the back side. Because at the front, for the gamer guy, the game guy, there were games. And, there was Dungeons and Dragons. What were we on? 5.5, right? And then there was some other tabletop games. That was at the front. But if you wanted comic books at the comic shop, you had to go to the side, to the back of the side, all the way to the left, right? And again, no oldies. Okay, we don't do old stuff from last month. Those are gone. We do yesterday's comics, today's comics.
I know you probably have no idea what we were talking about, but there's probably maybe some viewers. So they have a lot of 40K stuff. And I was like, oh, is there? Because I was like, you know what? 40K graphic art is probably really cool. Probably really slaps. So I was like, hey, do you have any like 40K comics? He's like, well, like, of what exactly? I think there's like maybe, again, he's the game guy. Gotta remember that. He's like, maybe like 2, maybe, but we don't have them. I was like, yeah, there are any like Kriegsmen. And for those who don't know, Kriegsmen, their aesthetic is World War I Germany. That's just what it is.
Your favorite.
Yeah, right? Well, he goes on like this long tangent about like, I don't think they could ever do that because I don't know if you know this, but like Kriegsmen, they kind of look like Nazis. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but like you're literally selling them right next to him. I just figured you don't have to get on a high horse about this. He's like, just don't ever see it happening. I'm like, you know what? Go back to your game.
But don't they, but they make those, right? Because
they do.
Yeah, they're based on World War I Germany.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, why?
Oh, they don't do that.
Why are you so
He's playing with them in the back. By the way, the gamer guy's playing with the things.
There's 5 Krieg boxes next to me. I'm like, don't soapbox me.
Yeah. It's like the gamer guy actually doesn't know what he's playing with. He's like the guy, the Spaceballs dark helmet. Oh God, no, I didn't see you playing with your doll, sir.
I'm the game guy.
Yeah. Save me, game guy.
You know what? We're big nerds too. I get it, but at the same time, it's like there's some level of nerds. I'm just like
this guy, single.
You make me want to.
He owns a comic shop with no comics in it, and he doesn't know about basic tabletop games.
It's just like, come on.
It was bad. He couldn't answer basic questions.
No,
and not even just about comics. I was like, "Do you have?" I forget what I asked him, but it was something tabletop related. And he's like, "No, I don't know what that is." I was like, "Okay."
You picked a good one.
There was the only thing open. There was nothing open, man. Like you were there, you were high, but you were there. Okay, nothing was open. All right, Chicago. All right, we got 3 minutes left. All right, so we went to the ice cream museum. We saw the Big Bean. I got pictures on Facebook, but nobody's gonna see it because nobody's on my Facebook.
Oh.
And then ice cream museum, pretty cool. They had some good flavors there, and it was unlimited.
Really sick. I'm actually I'm surprised they can keep that in business.
There was a ball pit full with the balls were sprinkle shaped, so I was in a giant sprinkle ball pit, and there was unlimited ice cream, which is cool.
Oh, nice.
There was like nice little exhibits, and there was like little seahorses that I hopped on with my ice cream, Patrick Star style, looking disinterested. And then they had this lady dressed in a hot dog outfit who had a stand, and she was handing out Chicago hot dogs, where it was the red hot dog bun. But instead of a hot dog, it was ice cream. But it had the mustard, the relish. I don't know if it had onions, but I think it did.
You only gained 3 pounds? That's crazy.
I ate so much food. And like on top of that, like, so, like 3,500 calories is a pound.
Yeah.
I had to have eaten, literally 3 pounds worth. And that was after I weighed myself a week after when I got back, I started dieting immediately, and I didn't bother weighing myself that Monday because I was like, I don't want to
Too
see.
depressing.
That following week, I stuck to my diet, and I
Sure.
stepped on the scale, and it said I was still up 3 pounds from when I left for Chicago. It had to have been more than 3 because I
yeah.
definitely dieted back down to just plus 3 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So we got back. So I had hot dogs. I had pizza. We went to the art museum, so we got to see the American Gothic. Are you familiar?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
after we had the Chicago pizza, I was actually very happy with American Gothic. It was cool seeing a part of America, just like, the American experience. I'm all for that. We couldn't eat all our Chicago pizza, and so I took it into the museum, and they said, "You can't have that here, sir." And it was so sad throwing it away because it was so good. I wanted it for dinner, and then we had to throw it away. We couldn't bring it in. I was thinking,
are there any homeless people there? I mean, I'm sure there are, but like, what's the homeless situation?
I didn't look that hard because honestly, they make me sit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just didn't notice. Like there were guys out front of the museum playing drums really loud.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they were just wanting money, street performers. They probably weren't actually employed.
And they weren't pizza worthy, huh?
I tell you, the pizza was so good. When we left the art museum,
You didn't. Don't tell me.
I looked for it. I tried
How
to.
long did you look for it? Did you peek or you
No,
actually?
there were people standing at the trash can. I didn't want to just like literally go dumpster diving in front of this.
Say there weren't any people, Caleb.
I would have fished it out. I would have looked as long as it took, and I would have fished out the leftovers. I'm telling you, man. Like we're hopefully go to New York here, you and I, and like I'm sure the pizza will be that good to where it's like you would fish it out if you could.
I'm trying to think if there's
On Broad, it's gonna happen. We're gonna get to a Broadway play of The Cursed Child, and then they're gonna say, "Sir, you can't bring that in here," and then we're gonna throw it away and be like,
You're gonna
"Okay."
plan it.
You'll be like, "I'll catch you on the way out, my dear." We're gonna fish it out.
Wowzers! Speaking of which, cannot
on the
wait.
record.
We're gonna have so much fun.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm literally doing it for Broadway. I literally reading Harry Potter makes me want to go see the Broadway Cursed Child play. So I'm excited about that. If we actually end up doing it, which I think we will, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
But,
no, definitely. Yeah.
Yep.
What if we get to meet Tom Felton?
Please
What if?
stop. Clear.
And then he reaches into the trash can. I believe this pizza is yours.
I would faint actually if he knew and he signed our pizza box.
To be honest, he's the only actor, I think, maybe Daniel Radcliffe. Like the other actors would be cool, but he's the one I'm like, he's the coolest in my heart. I'm
You
just
think
like,
so?
oh,
Okay.
100%.
Why- is that
He's
bi-
the only one I would like. If I only meet one of them, it'd be him. So,
Okay, cool. Why is that? Do you know why?
well, first, I always just love the villain more, but like,
That's
looking at the behind the scenes stuff and then like
He
his
actually did
interviews
that.
and stuff. he's
Okay,
just
cool.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. And also he's not super high ranked, in society. So like he seems like he loves the role, he's
Right.
returning to the play. Like, I don't know. I just respect people who like embrace. How do you feel about, maybe this is another episode topic, but like celebrities who do a role and people fall in love with them for that role, but they don't like the franchise themselves?
It's a shame.
Because here's the thing, I get it, the separation, everything, but man, is it so cool when they fall in love with it and they totally embrace it, and they actually do love the franchise themselves. Like, there's something special about it. I get,
agree.
wanting to have your own, like, hey, I have a career. I get that, right?
Yeah.
But man, seeing people like just like that,
Right.
I love it.
I think it's a shame, and we're actually out of time. But I think it's a shame when people don't like that character. I can understand why it's annoying. Literally, anytime someone recognizes you, hey, you're Biff, and like that's all you
Do the thing, yeah.
That's all you're know. Yeah, do the thing. That's what happened to Gibby, the kid from iCarly.
Unfortunately,
everyone was like, either take your shirt off or we'll take it off for you. And I get why he was like, I'm not coming back for that reboot.
sure,
I'm not doing it. I'm not going shirtless again. I get it. It's a shame though. I think, but. That's about all I'll say on that topic. That's a good question though for next time. I think.
Does he have abs now? What does he look like?
He's not skinny. But he's not Gibby fat.
That'd be a really cool comeback. He just comes up with a 6-pack and he's just like
Gibby, and he like picks a kid up and just eats him. He's on steroids now.
Gibby.
Or he just always constantly has the munchies.
That'd be fun.
He just destroys people.
All right, well, this is a fun topic.
Yeah. For next time, that's a good question because there's plenty of history, people that lean into the role and people that hate it. But next time, guys, we'll see y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.